Hello everyone. It is both my honour and privilege to be introducing the Recognition Awards for 2020. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Neylan Akkut and I have been acting in the role of Community Participation Coordinator since March of this year, when our way of life was so significantly affected by COVID-19 and the restrictions that have ensued. 2020 has been an unprecedented year in many ways, and we've all adapted to deliver the outcomes we've committed to at Liverwell Hepatitis Victoria, to improve liver health, support and mobilise those affected, stop stigma, promote responsive health and organisational change. The Recognition Awards are an important part of acknowledging the transformative work occurring in the spaces we work within. Hepatitis Victoria Liverwell has sought to recognise and honour those making significant contributions to the lives of those impacted by viral hepatitis and liver disease for the last decade. The first award we are announcing is a very special award, the Mark Farmer Award, named in his honour following his death in 2009. Mark Farmer was a member of Hepatitis Victoria for over 8 years, and during that time, he inspired many with the care he took towards managing his health whilst living with hepatitis C, and his drive to speak out to increase understanding of hepatitis C and reduce stigma in the community. He joined the board and was a passionate advocate and a valuable contributor. This award is named after him to pay respect to his memory and his legacy. The Mark Farmer Award recognises an individual who has lived with or lives with viral hepatitis and has created a similar legacy to that left by Mark Farmer. Such individuals have shared their knowledge and experience to help others in the community, increased community knowledge and understanding of viral hepatitis, and have shown a positive commitment to the self-management of their health and well-being. This year, we were fortunate to have 3 exceptional nominees for the Mark Farmer Award, and the review panel has noted how wonderful and lucky we are to have such a wonderful network. Moira Burke has been sharing her story around hepatitis C through our public speakers program, as well as collaborating on video creation, and has played an active role in shifting stigma and increasing understanding within the community and amongst clinicians. Kamarra Bell-Wykes is descendant of the Yagera and Butchulla people of southeast Queensland. She's a playwright, a community facilitator, an artist and theatre practitioner who has notably worked with Ilbidjeri, drawing from her life experience to create work that educates and is part of a healing journey around viral hepatitis. Sydney Vo migrated to Australia over 10 years ago and lives with chronic hepatitis B. She has looked after her health and well-being and excelled in her studies here, leading to the offer of work in a regional area, qualifying her for a residency. Her rejection on health grounds saw her take an active role in advocating for change, and her story helped to change this discriminatory practice. All 3 nominees are worthy of our respect and admiration, and we want to express our sincere gratitude for the contributions you have all made.
And it is now my pleasure and privilege to announce the winner, who is Kamarra Bell-Wykes. And as you've heard, Kamarra is an Aboriginal woman from southeast Queensland, and she's a creative director of the Ilbidjeri Theatre Company. Kamarra wrote the play Chopped Liver, who some of you may have seen, and it toured nationally in 2006, raising awareness of viral hepatitis. So it toured nationally between 2006 and 2009. She later went on to write the play Viral, and some of you might recall that at our 2018 AGM, we were fortunate enough to have a short piece of the play Viral performed by actor Blaine Welsh, and I can certainly vividly remember that event at our 2018 AGM. So congratulations to Kamarra, and well done to the nominees. And I'm now going to see if I can throw to Kamarra for her acceptance speech.
So I got my amazing Mark Farmer Award in the Mail the other day, and absolutely just have to say it was a complete surprise and unexpected shock to be awarded such an amazing recognition by such a significant organisation within the space. And I know that I've joined a long list of really amazing hepatitis advocates, and so I'm just so thrilled to be added to that list and recognised for some of the work that I've done in the area. I suppose it's been a really long transformational journey for me, from sort of being diagnosed with hepatitis C when I was quite young, a teenager, and sort of living with the virus and coming to terms with that. But I never actually expected that then I would then begin kind of a journey towards creation and healing around hepatitis C, that through my work as a playwright and a director and theatre practitioner, that I've been able to kind of transform, you know, what is, I suppose, a negative experience of kind of living with a virus like that into being able to then create such a significant body of work with the Obituary Theatre Company, and to be able to kind of raise awareness across the Aboriginal community for the last 15 years, from when the message was educating people how to live and manage the virus because there was no cure, to 15 years down the track with our latest work with Viral, of actually being able to tell people the great news that there is an amazing treatment out there, and that actually hepatitis C is no longer a kind of a lifelong experience if you don't want it to be. So I think it's just, I've been really honoured to have the opportunity to work in that space and to experience personal and collective healing through the work that I've done. I mean, I think one of the most important elements of the work that I've been doing, and I know that for myself personally, and I hope that, you know, and I'm sure that this journey will continue to happen, but just that hepatitis is no longer a dirty word, that it's something that we can discuss freely with our friends, with our family, within communities and workplaces, that it's something that we talk about as a holistic part of our health, and that for people living with hepatitis in whatever form that they may be, that they don't feel the kind of shame and discrimination and self-stigmatization that I think is such a huge part of the experience, that it becomes something that we have acceptance around, and even pride in the fact that we're able to kind of continue to live our lives in a meaningful way. I guess I just want to acknowledge the support of Hepatitis Victoria throughout this journey of work, and all of the other organisations that have been involved. I mentioned Obituary, but also the Department of Health and Human Services, VATCHO. We've had a lot of key relationships and partners across health and community organisations and members of the community that have contributed to this work, as well as all of the creative teams. This certainly is not something that I would have been able to achieve on my own, and I feel like this body of work has become my lifelong vocation, and that's something that I am really proud of, and so very, very honoured to be recognised for that as well.
Welcome back. Our next recognition award is the Organisational Collaboration Award, recognising an organisation that has made a significant contribution to reducing the prevalence of hepatitis in Victoria, as well as maximising the well-being of those living with viral hepatitis. They have organisational arrangements that allow it to effectively respond to hepatitis, and have worked collaboratively with Hepatitis Victoria, Liverwell, and other organisations across the viral hepatitis sector. Our first nominee is the statewide hepatitis program nurses from St Vincent's, Anne, Lucy and Amy, who have been tireless in their work to reduce the burden of hepatitis C across all Victorian prisons since 2015, delivering what is arguably the best hepatitis outreach program in Australian prisons. Prison treatment of hepatitis C accounts for 1/3 of all hepatitis C treatments across Australia. They have worked collaboratively and continue to offer treatment to Victorian prisoners in this trying time. Our second nominee is the End Hepatitis Now program at Rotary, with a special shout out to Peter Clark, Penny Trumbull, Robert Fisher, Trevor Nink, Kevin Sheehan, Deb Yin Fu, Dorothy Gilmore, and Chris Soteropoulos. The End Hepatitis Now program is a collaboration between the Rotary Club of Melbourne and Hepatitis Victoria Liverwell. The program has successfully raised awareness of viral hepatitis and liver disease by presenting to Rotary clubs across Victoria, with club members backing the elimination agenda and passing on information to the community. As a prestigious Rotary centenary program, efforts are promoted across the entire Rotary network. Thank you to both of our nominees, and now to Frank to announce the winner.
It is again my pleasure and privilege to be able to reveal to you the winner of the Organisational Collaboration Award. And the winner is the statewide hepatitis program delivered by St Vincent's nurses, Anne Craigie, Lucy McDonald and Amy Edwards. Congratulations, and congratulations to the other nominees.
Thank you. Well, firstly, we want to say a big thank you to Hepatitis Victoria, who we love working with and have collaborated with so many times. We're very excited because the statewide hepatitis program in prisons is so important in the contribution to Hep C elimination, which is our goal and target. And people in custody are a really important group of people that we need to be getting on treatment and offering assessment and management to. So we're really excited. So thank you very much.
I think it's because we've got such a long history of working with marginalised communities, Sean, and the statewide hepatitis program is just a perfect example of that mission within St Vincent's Melbourne, as well as the national organisational structure. So we really strive for that, I guess, that mission of compassion and bringing care and equity to marginalised populations. So it's really part of our ethos, our everyday work ethic. So it's no surprise, really, that St Vincent's is recognised for such great work.
Well, we'd certainly love to see the elimination of hepatitis C in our community here in Australia. And then for those living with viral hepatitis, we would really like to see no stigma and discrimination for those people. We think it's very important, and we really hope that people living with viral hepatitis and chronic liver disease can have improved health outcomes with programs like ours, but also through community education and stigma reduction, through increased screening of at-risk populations, and increased access to care for those people, and importantly an increased global focus on hepatitis B treatments and trials to further improve the current outcomes for those patients.
We're a small team, but we're a very close team that works so well together. So we might be the 3 nurses that run the clinics day to day, but we've also got great doctors that we work with that have fantastic support, and a pharmacy team that help run the program as well. And also our program wouldn't be successful without the local healthcare providers inside the prison as well. So we work closely with those healthcare providers as well. And of course, Hepatitis Victoria and Neylan, who we work with, doing such fantastic work, which all coming together makes this program so successful and work so well.
And now for our final recognition award, the Individual Contribution Award. This award is made to an individual who has made a significant contribution to reducing the prevalence of hepatitis in Victoria and/or to maximising the well-being of those living with hepatitis, inspired others to similarly contribute to the response to hepatitis in the community, and worked collaboratively with Hepatitis Victoria Liverwell and other organisations across the viral hepatitis sector. We were lucky to have 5 wonderful nominees this year, and I'll briefly run through them now. Our first nominee is Dr. Richard Lim, who is a pharmacist and owner of Lim's Pharmacy. Dr. Lim has significantly contributed to people's awareness about viral hepatitis issues, spreading educational messages. 2 examples being his work with the Vietnamese Community Project and later the Khmer Community Hepatitis B Project, where he made use of popular social media platforms to get the word out. Our next nominee is Dr. Lester Mascarenhas, the founder of the Utopia Refugee and Asylum Seeker Clinic, which has increased access to hepatitis B care for vulnerable populations. He has also played an active role in sector education, reducing stigma, raising the voices of those affected, and promoting an increase in hepatitis B medication prescribers. He is a HEP hero. Our next nominee is Alisa Pedrana, Senior Research Fellow and Eliminate Hepatitis C Australia Coordinator, who has made a substantial contribution to reducing the impact of hepatitis C over the past 5 years. First in Victoria through her work with EC Victoria and then EC Australia. Alisa has worked closely with the affected community with a collaborative team building approach to increase awareness around hepatitis C risk, identify simplified pathways for people at risk of hepatitis C to engage and undertake testing, and provide hepatitis C treatment and cure for those already infected with the virus. The next nominee is Dr. John Sherman, who has been a dedicated worker in the drug and alcohol space and has treated over 200 people with the direct-acting antivirals, enabling his patients to take advantage of the medical breakthrough quickly. He has directly impacted many people's lives and has carried a large caseload. His impact is substantial. Our final nominee is Sambath Mai. Sambath's tireless and committed work to share information and education regarding liver health and viral hepatitis to the Khmer community is commendable. By using innovative and appropriate communication tools and avenues, Sambath has made a significant contribution to improve the health and well-being of his community. He has also involved many others, including community leaders, to also contribute to the response to viral hepatitis. We'd like to acknowledge all of our nominees for the great work they have done and say thank you.
The winner is Dr. Alisa Pedrana, PhD. Alisa is a Senior Research Fellow at the Burnet Institute and the Eliminate C Australia Coordinator. Alisa has worked closely with the affected community through collaborations with Hepatitis Victoria and others. Alisa's collaborative team building approach means that many Victorians have been cured of their hepatitis C, who otherwise would not have known they had an infection even, let alone undergone treatment. So congratulations, Alisa, a great effort. I know it's a group effort, but great leadership as well. So we'll now cross over to Alisa for her acceptance speech.
Well, thank you, Frank. I'm really appreciative to be receiving this award today. My initial reaction when I found out was really a bit of surprise, and then the feelings of being honoured and really appreciative sunk in. So I was nominated by my peer and my co-workers, and then really appreciative to be recognised by the panel. So I want to say thank you. And then also, I felt an immense sense of proudness, both for the work that I get to lead in the EC Victoria partnership and also the work that my colleagues and partners do within my team. So I'm really thankful for the strong partnerships that Hepatitis Victoria and Liver Well and other community organisations that are part of the EC Victoria partnership. And it's great that we're all united in that single vision around eliminating viral hepatitis and improving the health of those communities. So I think I am being recognised for my work really as the coordinator of the EC Victoria Partnership Program. So that is a Victorian-based program that's exploring supportive new models of care that aim to improve access and uptake of hepatitis C treatment amongst people who inject drugs in Victoria. And so me and my entire team, so there's a large number of people at the Burnet Institute that work on the EC Victoria partnership, and a huge number of partners across the state. And we work really closely together around solving often complex and important challenges around both individuals' experience and their positions, some of the challenges that people face in trying to access treatments, and also some of those broader systemic structural barriers. And that often puts us in a place where the solution is not often known, and often there's multiple solutions to the same problem. And so that's where it's really helpful to be working in a team and with lots of partners bringing different experiences to that same vision. And I'm really excited that this work, not just my own work, but really the work of the entire EC Victoria partnership, is being recognised within this award. So finally, I'd just like to say a huge thank you to everybody at Hepatitis Victoria and Liverwell to acknowledge the wonderful work that Hepatitis Victoria does in this space. And it's been great to work really closely with Melanie, with Neylan, with Martin, everybody else at the organisation. And I really appreciate our partnerships and the various activities that we work on. So it's great that I'm receiving this award on behalf of my team and really on behalf of the program of work, which does involve a lot of people that will hopefully be at this AGM. So thank you.